I've read that the book was born out of the desire to write a story about Harry Styles. So I wonder if after the book was so successful online and then it got published, you got to meet Harry Styles and ask him what does he think about that.
No, I don't think not that I don't want to meet Harry Styles, but I feel like maybe if I met him before this, but now it's like the story kind of evolved from that. So I feel like it would be weird for me to be like, hey, Harry, you want to meet me? I wrote 7 books about you. So I just kind of kept it as like he was a muse for something, and I will always have like a gratefulness to him, appreciation for him being a muse for my writing. But I would never, I mean, he's a person, so I would never just like step into his life and try to meet him or anything.
So you don't even know if he has read the books or does he know about this whole story?
I know he knows about it, but I haven't ever said interview, so I won't. Sorry, but okay. I know he knows about it, and I wouldn't have published it if I felt like there was any kind of weird feelings or anything.
Okay. So when the book was being turned into a movie, were you there to give your opinions and put some ideas in it?
Definitely. I was a producer on the film, and I wrote some of the scenes, and I spent a lot of time with the cast, especially with Hero, talking about the characters and why they are the way they are. And I had a lot of involvement, from wardrobe to set things and dialogue. And I mean,
She was there
so
every day,
every day,
in
all
a
day.
good way, in
Yes.
a really, really helpful way, honestly. On set, off set, yeah.
Were you casted based on some kind of similarity to Harry Styles? I mean, no?
I mean, I can answer that for you.
Yeah, I wouldn't know.
No, no, it's funny because one of the casting assistants was saying like, none of these guys that you seem to like for Harden look anything like Harry Styles. But for me, it's more of, does he look like Harden? It's not, does he look like Harry? Did he feel like Harden? Did he feel like he was talented enough to carry a lead in a movie? And I feel like there were a couple guys that they kind of put in the early, I'd never met them or anything, that looked like Harry, and it just kind of creeped me out, to be honest. I wanted somebody that was talented. That's so much more important than looking like what the character should technically look like. And with a book, everybody, even if Harry is the muse, like originally, everybody that reads it necessarily doesn't imagine that. So for me, it was more, does he feel like Harden? And Hero didn't feel anything like Harry Styles, but he felt like Harden to me.
So, like 90% of the movies that have ever been made talk about love and are love stories, and there's a boy meets girl story. When you first read the script, what fascinated you about this particular one, this particular story? What does it have that the others don't have?
I think rather selfishly it was character orientated, and it's the complexity of the character. To have a first lead role with so many layers that I can slowly reveal to the audience was exactly what you want from a lead role as an actor.
Okay, and from the first time you read the script to the first time you were on set, did anything change in the way you approached the character, or maybe the way the character had developed into a character for a movie?
Yeah, nothing dramatic changed. But of course, I think it changed in the way that leading up to a film, when you're preparing, you get to know the character more and more, and you get more involved in the character. And the more I spoke to Anna, the more we, just got more deeper into the character.
Okay, I suppose you get to spoke before beginning shooting, right?
Yeah, I mean, it was really fast, the whole process from pre-production from casting to filming. Everything was so fast. But we had met, and then we were kind of talking. But as soon as I got there, it was more just like straight into hours and hours of conversations. But we had a little bit of time before we started rolling to talk before the camera started rolling.
What did she tell you?
How much time do we have? Yeah, a lot. It was just the simple things like how he would behave in certain situations. They weren't like, put your left foot this far in front of your right foot when you walk. It was more like, he's kind of like this, and he would do this, and I would say, oh, like this, and she'd say, yeah. Just a very general discussion about what the character's like.
What was the most useful tip you got from her?
I think, and this is actually one specific thing, but a couple different mannerisms that would resonate with the fans, like putting his hand through his hair when he's in a sticky situation, and kind of because you know that the fans are going to have read that in the book, and seeing it on screen is going to be really meaningful to them and accurate. So they were useful, but yeah, it was a lot more just general stuff.
Yeah, and just kind of like why he would behave the way he would, or why, because with the first book, it's from Tessa's point of view. So if Hero was to read the whole first novel, it's such a biased kind of opinion on Hardin, and I'm like the mother of Hardin, or the creator of Hardin, so my opinion isn't as biased as Tessa's eyes would be. In the further novels, Hardin's point of view comes in, but in the first one, it's all hers. So it was a lot of just like development and backstory without telling him too much that would change the way he would behave in the first movie. It's kind of hard, I know we're over time, but it's kind of hard to like compartmentalize each story, because I didn't want to tell him some things I had to, because it would change the way he would behave around a certain character, but some things you want them to not know as a character and an actor, because you don't want it to change the dynamic between certain characters if there's a plot twist coming up that of course he'll know before he films the next ones, but it could change the way they are in the first movie, and we didn't want that.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.